Hello everyone and welcome to the fourth video of second chapter. The name of the second chapter was collection of data. So today in this video we will learn about the topic number 4, that is collection of secondary data. So let's begin. Two main sources of secondary data. As you remember, what was secondary data that we have done earlier, or let us just have a quick revision of it. Secondary data, it refers to collection of data by some agency which already collected the data and processed. The data thus collected is called secondary data. That is the data which are already collected, kept with some institutes or agency, and so it is also called as second hand data because data are already collected by some other persons. So these are those data are known as secondary data. Now coming to the sources, there are two sources of secondary data, that is published sources and unpublished sources. Now one by one we will understand about each of the sources. Coming to published sources first. Published sources. Some of the published sources of secondary data are government publication. And the government publication, we can say the publication by the Annual Survey of Industry or Agriculture Statistics of India, or the information from the Reserve Bank of India Bulletin. So these all are giving their routine activity, and the data what we are collecting, it will come under the secondary data, which is considered to be published or printed under government publication. Semi-government publications means those bodies like municipalities, metropolitan council, they publish the data related to education, health, birth and death, which are like quite useful also. So these publications are semi-government publication. Coming to reports of committees and commissions. So many committees or commission are being set up and they used to give reports to us, that is planning commission, finance commission. So these they used to give the statistic information. The next one is publication of trade association. Trade association, that is the statistical information that we get from any sugar mill association which publish information regarding sugar mills in India. So this publication comes under trade association. Then we have publication of research institutes. If anything published by Indian Statistical Institute, National Council of Applied Economic Research, so this data comes under research publication of research institute. Whereas many journals and papers are being published like Economic Times, then we have Commerce, Facts for You. So all the information which we are getting from here will be like secondary information. Then the publication of research scholars, and they are publishing their research and containing some useful statistical information. Lastly, it is international publication which are done by the international organizations such as UNO, WHO, IMF, World Bank and many other foreign governments. They publish some statistical information. So all are used as secondary data. Published sources. So what are unpublished sources? These data are collected by the government organizations and others, generally for their self-use and office record. So please understand that this data, that is the data by the unpublished sources, are not supposed to be published open for all to read and have the information. The information has to be just collected by the government organization or some any important secret agencies and are supposed to be kept secret with them. It has not to be open for public to have the information. These information are kept as confidential. So it comes under unpublished sources and the data under this are not published. Caution in the use of secondary data. So there are few precautions which are supposed to be taken by the investigator if he decides to collect the data from the secondary source. He should check on these following things, that is reliability of data. How much the data is reliable if he is going to conduct an investigation and want to collect the data from the secondary source. Second one is suitable, whether he is collecting those data and whether those data are suitable for the investigation that he is conducting. And also adequacy of data, how much the data is adequate and to the point which match his investigation and the data which was collected at that period of time. So in order to assess the reliability, suitability and adequacy of the data, the following points should be kept in mind. So now please listen carefully the following points. The first point is ability of the collecting organization. We have to match the thing that the organization who have like previously collected the data and kept with them. So these whether they have used up whether their investigator was like able enough and was experienced enough to collect the information and keep with them. Secondly, objective and scope. Objective and scope, the objective that was there, which was done previously, collected and kept, whether their objective is matching with the objective which we are now starting another investigating on another thing. If our objective scope matches, then only we can collect the secondary data. If the method of collection is also same or matches with our nature of investigation, then we can go and collect the secondary data from any particular institution or agency. Another important thing to be noted is time and condition of organization. So if whether the organization who have like first time collected the data that become his primary data, and whether they have collected the their primary data at a proper time, not at war time or any other inflation time or recession time, then only we can rely on those organization and go and collect secondary data for ourselves, for us. So the next one can be definition of the unit. Here it is talking about unit of measurement. So unit of measurement should be like same. If it differs, then the data should be like modified before use. Lastly, accuracy. We must check the data and that has to be accurate. The available data do not have any degree of inaccuracy. If we find any degree of inaccuracy, we should like avoid collecting data from that organization or from that institution. So these all precautions should be kept in mind when we decide to collect any secondary data from any place. Two important sources of secondary data. So now we will now understand about the two important sources of the secondary data, and the first one being Census of India. It is a decennial publication of Government of India. Decennial means the publication or the survey which is done every 10 years or that lasts for 10 years, and there is supposed to be another survey done. So it is basically done or performed by the Government of India, and it is published by Registrar General and Census Commissioner India. The Census of India provide the complete and continuous demographic record of, so after every 10 years we have the record of these following things, that is size and growth rate of population in India, density of population in India, sex composition in India, and state of literacy in India. So these all information we have there from the government side, and which is published by the Registrar General and the Census Commissioner of India. Coming to the second source, that is reports and publications of National Sample Survey Organization, also called as NSSO. So now what NSSO used to publish? And the NSSO was established by the Government of India to conduct nationwide survey on socio-economic issues like employment, literacy, maternity, childcare, utilization of public distribution system, etc. So all this comes under socio-economic issues, and the report on this is published by NSSO. The data collected by NSSO survey are released through reports and its quarterly journal called as Sarvekshana. So through Sarvekshana, they used to publish all the report in the form of statistical survey about the socio-economic issues. For example, size, growth rate, distribution of population, density, population projection, sex composition, and literacy. All these are also being noted down by NSSO as well. And these data are used by Government of India for planning purpose. So basically every 5-year plan is done under the consideration of these all investigation and these all data collection done by these two sources, that is Census of India and NSSO. So with this we came to an end of chapter number 2. With the help of this video, kindly complete your notes. Thank you.